Suro and Disney, it is Saturday morning, and before I get started, hopefully you guys and girls out there are enjoying Ashley's gaming segment, and that just got put up this morning. And I also put up 2 other videos this morning. They're not the greatest quality, I apologize. Obviously, you know, because you have to give away quality when you shoot with an iPod, especially in the dark. I got what I could, and I put up a small little walkthrough of The Purge, the scare zone at Halloween Horror Nights, as well as I got part of the auction. I didn't get the entire spiel 100%, but I did get part of it, so I'm fortunate enough to be able to bring you guys that, because it stopped raining long enough for me to do that, basically. It's like, yay, the rain stopped, and now it's like time to shoot a video, because that's just how it works. So, excuse me. Like I said, it's the morning after opening night, and I will say the opening night was, kind of reminiscent of 2012, but if you remember my experience from 2012, you would know that it ended a whole lot better than my 2012 did. And number one, I will state that the poncho is phenomenal. It kept me completely dry all night, and that was great. Now, the problem was, obviously, when the rain was hitting you, it was like going against it like a vacuum, and my shirt was wet because of that. But my pants stayed dry, which was nice. Obviously, I've learned my lesson. I'll never even bring denim to Halloween Horror Nights again. And that was a good thing. Pardon me. Now, I will also state that I spent some time with Psycho Massacre Films, just like I thought I would. My friend John, as well as HHN Trogdor, which is my friend Matt, and his friend as well. So, shout out to all 3 of them. They're really awesome people. Actually, excuse me. It's the temperature in the room. It's like Arctic in here, and I like it. They are going to be hopefully seeing me later on in the event. I'm pretty sure I'm hanging out with Psycho Massacre Films again tonight. I'm almost positive it's going to happen. I also hung out most of the night with Joe and his family, and that was really awesome. I unfortunately did not get to make the Orlando United meetup. With the rain and with the craziness, it just never was in the cards. It never lined up. I'm sorry for that. Hopefully I run into Tim and Jen again very soon. And I get to meet the Orlando United guys somewhere down the line as well. Hopefully before the event is over. Now, my opening night reactions. I will state right now that I have a different view than I thought I would. Now, obviously, during preview night, I got to go through all 8 houses. Did not get to do 8 houses last night. I was unfortunately unable to go through only 5. The reason why is because of the rain and the fact that I got to watch Bill and Ted and Rocky Horror Tribute Show. Let's talk about the shows real quick, and then I'll go into the houses and the scare zones as best as I can. So, I did Halloween last night twice. I was very happy for that. I've been through Halloween 3 times now, so every single time, all the scares really spot on. I got some new ones in the final run-through last night, which was a little bit after midnight, actually, when we were going through the house. I will state that there is a lot of really awesome things in this house, and I'm not going to say any more than that. I will state that there is a video that's available if you guys want to check that out. It's unfortunately I don't have it because I don't have permission to film this year, but some of the media did, and you can check those out. And you can check out my friend Banks Lee and Attractions Magazine. They filmed it, and my friend Ricky Briganti from Inside the Magic. They filmed it, so check those videos out if you get a chance to. So, I believe my friend Charles Burmer from Designing the Fear did, or I'm not sure if he did or not. Maybe. We'll see. So, also last night was media night, so that was why everybody was out and about. Well, I will state Halloween is a phenomenal house, easily the best house, and I don't see anything changing my mind about that. Another house that actually got even better upon second viewing was one of my new favorites of all time, and that is Giggles and Gore Incorporated. I will state that there are a lot of people, and I was reading it on Twitter last night and earlier this morning, I was reading it that people are not really liking this house. Well, you know, I like this house a lot. It's easily one of my favorites, and it's kind of tied with Dollhouse for the best original house of the year. Now, I will state, excuse me, right now that it's kind of a cop-out when there's only 3 original houses, but still. I think the sinuses, I apologize. I think that it was really fun. Really, really fun house. Really dark house. Got to see some things that I did not get to see on preview night. Really enjoyed that. More clowns characters inside the final room in the house, and got to see Harley Quinn again. That was awesome, as it always is, and very happy to say that there were a lot of great scares in this house. There is some really great interactivity in this house, I'll just say that. So basically, if you see it's like the rope in Indiana Jones at Hollywood Studios. If you see something that says don't do it, it's probably a good idea that you do. I'll just put it that way. I'm not going to even tell you what happens, but let's just say that you'll be surprised. So, yeah, I love Giggles and Gore Incorporated. The house was even more hardcore last night, and that was like the longest line that went the slowest for some reason. That's when it really started to pour last night, and we just went like this. This is us. This is us walking through like this. See my hand, how slow it's going? That's pretty much how it went. So yeah, Express was like insane last night. For those of you that have Express, I mean, you're going to do really well this year. For those of you that don't, like myself, we're just going to have to brave the lines and just hope for the best at this point. Hope for good weather from now on. Dollhouse of the Damned is the next house I want to talk about, and I love this house again. Got a faint odor of something rather disgusting, we'll just put it that way. And that was in one of the rooms. I really like this house again. This house is really creepy. I really like the way that the scares come at you. Pretty hardcore. And yeah, I really enjoyed myself in Dollhouse this time around. So we went to Roanoke, and that's actually the first house I actually did last night. I will state that it has been tradition since 2012 and my horror trip in 2012 that the Parade Building is always the first house I hit on opening night. Same thing. It's exactly what I did. I hit Roanoke Cannibal Colony. Of course, you guys know, if you watched the preview night video, I was not really big on this house. But I will state right now that after watching it in its full effect, when it's darker, when there's more characters in there, I really like Roanoke. Roanoke was really good. I liked the finale. And it wasn't as... it was more solid than it was on preview night, at least for me. And seeing Ben Franklin, that's always fun. And I actually really got a really good dialoguing with a character in one of the last rooms, so that was kind of fun. And I told him to follow the buzzards, just like my shirt says, follow the buzzard. So yeah, that was really cool. I got to go through From Dusk Till Dawn last night, and I wanted to try to go through the 4 houses that I did not like so much so I could give them another shot. Now, unfortunately, I did not get over to Dracula Untold, and I did not get into The Walking Dead because that line was horrendous. But I will state that I just ran out of time with everything else. I was trying to, and I'll explain why I ran out of time in just a minute. From Dusk Till Dawn this time around, this run-through was great. The scares actually were there this time around, and there were more characters in there, and a lot more of the sexy Kubras that were in the house. That was really awesome as well. The Gecko Brothers, great. The Barker outside the facade, great. The scares, really awesome, and I like it a lot more this time. It's a lot darker in there. I think the show lighting for preview night was definitely turned up a bit. It wasn't last night, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. It's actually going up a little bit on my list. Both it and Roanoke actually are going up on my list. So right now I can say that Dracula and The Walking Dead are my least favorites so far, but that's only after one run through on preview night, so hopefully we'll get to go through those tonight. I'm going to make sure that happens somehow. The rain will not deter me. It will not happen. So, the shows. Let's talk Rocky Horror. There was a big rumor, and I do mean a big rumor online, stating that the callbacks would not be allowed. That was not the case last night. The first thing I heard when I was getting in, which actually it started early somehow, I don't even know how it happened. We walked into, we were a couple songs in actually, and the first thing you hear when I walked in was basically talking about his effing neck. So I was like, yes, they're here, and I marked out when that happened. That was pretty cool. So yeah, Rocky Horror's back. The cast is similar, yet different. I mean, there are a few differences this year. Rocky's completely different this year. He actually looks a whole lot more like the original actor that played Rocky Horror in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Really does. I mean, he's got everything. He's got abs of steel and this buff guy, and he kind of looks like he might as well be a Florida indie worker, which I think he might be. I can't prove that, but he looks like he's got that Rob Terry physique if you're a wrestling fan. So I will state right now that Rocky Horror was really good, and I will say one thing right now. If you are a fan of the Rocky Horror Tribute Show from last year, I will state that something is missing. The science fiction double feature reprise at the very end, right before we kick into the time warp for basically the finale, it's gone. It's gone. At least it was gone last night. So, but the cast is really good and really enjoyable. Toucha Toucha actually got switched. It was flipped from last year. Last year it was on the left side of the stage. This year it's on the right side of the stage. And yeah, the crowd seemed to be into it, but still, it wasn't as many as there could have been. We got into Frankenstein Place. That was pretty much when we got sat down, so I was like already in there, and I can't wait to see Rocky Horror again. It was really good. So shout out to all the cast there. Great time. Went to Bill and Ted. My God, Bill and Ted's hilarious this year. Finale's interesting. There's a common bond in the opening and the closing. We'll just put it that way. And I will state that this is a very risque show in more ways than one. Obviously, there's the sexy, sexy dancers, both male and female, for both males and females to ogle and look at and enjoy. And like I said, hashtag the other one is still in the show, and that makes Sir Owen Disney a very happy guy, because obviously I enjoyed her in 2012, I enjoyed her last year, and I most definitely enjoy her this year. Now, granted, I must sit in the middle this time because, yeah, where I sat, I had great seats. I mean, we were, like, really close to the bottom, but she was on the opposite side most of the time. But now I know, so we're good. Bill and Ted was really good. The only thing I think that there's two things that should be in Bill and Ted this year that I'm surprised are not. One thing was the Ice Bucket Challenge, and the other thing was Pharrell's Happy. I have no idea how either one of those did not end up in the show. There is a really awesome callback that happens with a, I really don't want to give it away. It's really awesome. There is a callback in the show that is from a movie, an Oscar-nominated movie, and it's a character from an Oscar-nominated movie of last year. So, yeah. I don't know if that laugh was lost on a lot of the audience, but most of them have seen the trailer, so they know the iconic line. When he came out, it was kind of like, this is hilarious to me, obviously, because I love the movie, but I don't know how many people in the crowd are actually going to get it. They're probably just going to laugh because of what he's saying, not because of the fact that it is who it is. I will not talk about the story of Bill and Ted this time around. I will say you have to see it. It's fun. It pokes fun at a lot of things that were very popular this year, things that we just can't let go of. So, yeah. Yeah, Bill and Ted's really fun. Really enjoyable. Love Bill and Ted. Can't wait to go back to it tonight. So, I'll start with the rain real quick. Rained all night. Save about 15 minutes. Got to the Monsters Cafe. Never eaten there before. Had their pizza. Really good. Their fries really good. And got a refill. That was fun. I got to sit down for a minute. That was good because I was kind of damp from the rain, obviously. Thankfully, the poncho kept me dry, but I was damp, so that sucked. That also allowed me to go through the purge and get that video I shot for you guys, so hopefully I get some more footage tonight and next week if the weather picks up, and fingers crossed the weather will pick up. Did not get to go through Alien vs. Predator again tonight. I really wanted to, so I didn't get a chance to because the line was like a 90 minutes the last time I checked, and there just was no way. But luckily, guaranteed tonight to hit the first 3 AP houses, doing another annual pass holder event night, do the first Bill and Ted, and then make my way around the park, hit up Giggles and Gore, and head towards the sound stages. May have a different plan when I attack this with my parents next week, but that's only because we want to do the high spots, and my stepmom is a big Walking Dead mark, so I have to make sure that we get into that sound stage somehow, some way. But I can't put down Roanoke or From Dusk Till Dawn now, so maybe, just maybe, I'll add Dracula and The Walking Dead to that list after. Now, I am going to be doing an Unmasking the Horror tour in about an hour or so, hour and a half actually. I will state right now that I will be taking a lot of pictures inside the houses, but I cannot guarantee any video. I'm not going to be able to get any video of the houses of this year, which sucks. I was trying to, but it just didn't pan out, so if you see me at the event tonight, then go ahead and say hello. I'm wearing my Bray Wyatt t-shirt, and if it's raining, I'll be wearing a blue poncho. So if you see someone walking with a blue poncho, like a dark blue poncho, then it's probably me, and say hello. I'll say hi back, so shout out to everyone that I ran into, the fans I ran into in The Purge, and the other That makes everybody I ran into the Purge, all the awesome people I ran the Purge, and Ryan and Jason, and all three of the awesome guys that ran up to me and took a picture with me. That was pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. It's weird being recognized in a theme park. I was thinking that would not happen. It actually did, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, shout out to everyone. If you get to see me in the event tonight, say hello. If you see me on next week's event, I'll be there for Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and probably Saturday. I haven't quite decided yet. Saturday's kind of up in the air right now. We'll see what happens with that. Tomorrow, of course, is my official birthday, if you guys didn't know. So you can send your well wishes on the comments. If you leave bad comments, obviously I will not put them up because I don't need negativity in my life. And I know what you're saying. If you know me personally, you're laughing right now. But still, I don't need negativity in my life. So yeah, if you guys don't want to leave nice comments, you're more than welcome to leave a comment on the bottom of this video. Or you can tweet me at @SirOwenDisney. It's a very easy way to get a hold of me. Got a lot of new followers over this trip. I knew I would. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that the Horror Nights Orlando Twitter feed itself will be following me by the time this vacation is through. So, like this video, then you're more than welcome to subscribe. Please do subscribe and continue to watch these Halloween Horror Nights videos and the rest of my theme park vlogs for the next couple weeks here. Obviously, we are not leaving until October 1st. We got plenty of theme park content. Got some Gringotts walkthrough, hopefully coming very soon. I'm waiting for a day that it's not raining. And that's going to be taken care of. And then more scare zones. Definitely get a chance to go through those scare zones. Like I said, I only got to go through the Purge, Bayou, and Masquerade, and Face Off. I really couldn't go through. Masquerade I actually got through, but the Stilt Walkers weren't out, so it wasn't as spot on as it was on preview night. So yeah, there's always that. And again, thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And I'm going to go head out for my Unmasking the Horror Tour. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.